What is up, you guys? We are here on the water. We're getting ready to head out. We're gonna leave the dock, head out towards the lake. I've got 3 rods tied up for us today. I've got a jigging wrap, a jig in a plastic, and a jigging spoon. As you can tell, it's a super beautiful day out here. High sun, probably 85, 90 degrees. Here's the rods right here. The killer lures. We're gonna head out towards Lake St Clair. We're gonna see what we can do and hopefully put a bunch of fish in the live well for you guys. Let us know. Sunday on Lake St Clair. For those of you that have been out here on Lake St Clair, you know it's a shit show. Here, you might watch us get run over here. We'll see. I don't know if this guy wants to take a closer look or what's up. He's got the whole channel. But hey, he's got $1 million boat. All right. So today we are vertical jigging wraps. I've got the blue and chrome on right now. We're sitting right off the edge of the channel. We've got a day with super bluebird skies. You're gonna wanna find that a little bit deeper water. We're targeting about that 30-foot range. When I'm jigging, y'all notice I got that jigging wrap on. This is that snap jigging we were kind of talking about, where you want to really get that bait up off the bottom, but you're not giving it a ton of slack line on the way down. There's one. There's one. Right on the way down. So this is kind of what we're littered with right now, is a ton of these tiny fish. But as you'll see, as we go through, just kind of sorting through them, the smaller ones are just so aggressive. They're a lot more apt to bite. They're a lot faster than those bigger ones. That one was probably right around like 11 inches or so. Our limit here is 15. There's another one. Getting into a little school of them here. Oh, those little ones won't do us any good. And guys, I'm vertical jigging this just like I would a jig in a plastic in the spring. Just got my nose into the wind here. There's one. Oh, wow. Oh, that's fishing, I'll tell you. Oh my God. You guys gotta see this. Look at that. You see that? Look at that. Look at that. Jeez. See, and that's why it cracks me up. This isn't personal, so don't take it personal, but it cracks me up when people are like, oh, you got live scope, this, that, or another. Yeah, live scope will show you the fish that you catch. It's also going to show you all the fish that you didn't catch, or all the bait, or sometimes the mayfly's hatching. shows you a lot. You learn a lot. It's not necessarily just for catching fish. When people say the mayflies are hatching, this is what they're talking about. Thousands and thousands of dead mayflies. And y'all wonder why the fishing gets stuck. I mean, look at this. This whole stretch right now. Slackline me bad. There we go. What do we have here? What do we have here? Probably a walleye. Ooh, a nice one. Real nice fish. I'll show you that when he came undone here. On the black and gold, switched over to. I'll show you this fish here. Real nice fish. So, probably about 20 inches. We did a little friendly tournament out here last week, and it seemed like the biggest fish was all about 20 inches. So, now that fish hit me twice. Absolutely pitiful hook set, but I thought I missed him the first time, and that's what I'm talking about. It's important with your line, because I went to let my bait back down and I noticed it was slack right away. As soon as you notice that it's slack, you gotta set that hook. You just never know. Hook sets are free. That was one of my favorite sayings when I was guiding. Hook sets are free. Don't worry about setting the hook and making sure, especially on a bait like this, like you're not using live bait. So setting the hook, it's not gonna, rip your minnow loose or rip your night crawler loose or whatever the situation is. Oh, Pete, please. Set the hook on these fish. That was a perch. There's so many perch down there. I wish I had more time. I'd probably just drop a night crawler down there to see what these things are. I mean, I bet a betting man, white perch. It's like a tiny little silver bass. Horrible. Can't even pull worms out here. I mean, you can catch a lot of walleye. You can catch a lot of white perch too. So let's talk a little bit too about what we're using and all that kind of stuff. So right now we've got a Mags 7'2" medium fast. I really like the medium fast. We're using a Jiggin wrap number 7 or a Jiggin wrap number 9. The 7's about 5/8 ounce. That's my preferred bait out here. Although the 9 you do get a little bit more reaction strike. It's a little bit heavier of a bait. 7/8 ounce, basically an ounce. But out here, there's not a lot of current. We're only jigging 32 foot of water right now, so that's kind of my preferred rod. The reel, this one we went a little overboard. This one's a Shimano Vanford. It's a 2500. I do like a little bit bigger of a reel, especially out here. You can cast farther. I wouldn't even mind going up to a 3000 size. Pulls more line, you can cast a lot farther. The drag's a little bit better on them, which doing this, you don't know what you're gonna get out here. Could be a walleye, could be smallmouth, could be drum, got muskie on them, hooked into a few sturgeon, so I like something with a little bit better drag on them. Obviously, though, we're primarily catching walleye, perch. That's going to really test you. Line, I've got 10-pound Cortland Master Braid. This is the high vis yellow. I run all my lines, for the most part when I'm walleye fishing, are 10 pound, 10 or 8. I always run Master Braid. Power Pro is good, Suffix is good as well. But that's just what I prefer to run, the Master Braid. It's made in the US. We obviously sell it in the store, but they do a really good job. I'm a big high vis, so whether it's high vis yellow, high vis green, I've used white. I think white does a fine job, but all those are pretty good. We've got a leader. We've got 10 pound floral on this. I believe it's Seagar and Viz X. It comes in a yellow box. It's a little more expensive than the red label. Seagar red label's fine. Just keep an eye on it, especially when you're out here. If you're like pitching against rocks or you're against any structure like that, you want to keep an eye on it. It seems like the Invis X is a little tougher, but the red label works fine. We use that a lot as well. And that's basically the setup there. I really think a medium fast rod is the way to go. I think we need something that's got a little bit of oomph on the tip, so that way it's not lagging too much when you're sitting there, especially when you're doing these snap jigs. You also want to have a rod that's got some fast backbone to it, so whether you're using a fast or an extra fast, you want something that as soon as you feel that fish kind of slack your line out, you can set the hook. You don't want to have to wait for the rod to actually catch up. Too many times guys will come out here with like a medium light or, you know, those slower action rods. You know, I'm not feeling the bite. A lot of times that does have to do with the rod. So that is what we are running. Oh, yeah, baby. Right on the bottom. Come on. Come to daddy. Another one of those eater size fish here. This one here is about 15 inches or so, 15, 16. Measure it to go in the live well, but just a nice class of fish. Gives us a lot of hope, at least gives me a lot of hope for years to come. Because if they're small fish, hopefully they turn into big fish. Another thing I want to recommend when we're using these jigging ramps, guys, especially out here, try not to get too aggressive with it. You don't want to be bringing it too high up off the bottom. A lot of the times, like these fish here that are actually in the channel, they're acting exactly like river fish. They're sitting on the bottom. You can see them sitting on the bottom, and if you give them too aggressive of a jig, I notice a lot of times they'll shoot up for it, but they'll just watch it go by. You want to try and keep that bait in the strike zone, lifting it anywhere from like 8 inches to a foot maybe off the bottom, letting it glide back down. Don't pull that bait out of the strike zone. I notice that too many times on my guide trips and anything like that. A lot of the times guys are pulling those baits right out of the strike zone. They're going right over the fish's head. There he is. Is on the way down. Perfect. That's exactly what you want to see. Those fish react to it like that. Nice one. Oh, one done. Back on that black and gold. This one's feisty. This one, it's about 16 inches. Nice and fat though. Look at that. You can tell that they're eating well. Super healthy fish. Clean. Back to do its thing. Here's the best thing about this fishing, guys, because obviously we're in the age of live scope or no live scope and yada yada. I mentioned it earlier about just because you see the fish doesn't mean you'll catch the fish. This is something you can come out and do. You can mark these fish on your side scan. You can mark these fish on your 2D. That you can just mark them on your traditional sonars just fine. Sometimes when you come out here with live scope, it can still be a little overwhelming. Just in the sense of how many fish are out here, and they're not always walleyes. And if you don't really know what you're looking at, or you don't play with it a ton, you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. But when you do come out here with live scope and you can see these fish kind of react, and that was, I saw that one down there, you know, nip at it, but wasn't really engaging on the bait, and I gave it a quick 1-2 and then just straight up slacklined it. And then you gotta, you know, it's one of those things, I've been doing it for a little while so I can kind of feel it, but you give it one of those 1-2s and it sets back down, that next one back up is going to be pretty aggressive, because if I feel any tension on that fish, I'm setting the hook, right? So you go to do your 1-2, basically free line it down. I was saying earlier, you don't want to free line it because it's hard to see that bite. Basically free line it down, but when you come up, after you free line it down, when you come up on that next jig, you really want to come up on that. Give it a nice aggressive jig off the bottom, because if you go to pull up, like I said, and you feel any resistance at all, a lot of times that fish will bite it on the way down. But since you're actually freelining it, you're not going to be able to watch that line jump or anything like that. Here he is. Small one. Get on the treble hook. Those are usually the ones that get a hook in you. Tiny guy. A lot of small fish this year, guys. I'll tell you what, that's the one thing I know. I've been hearing a lot in the shop, seeing a lot just out fun fishing and stuff. There's definitely, the lake right now has definitely got some nice fish, but there's a lot of small fish. There's a lot of fish in that 10 to 14-inch range, 11 to 15. I mean, just, ooh, there he is. I was just about to see that last one that we were on. Felt like a freaking perch. This is a nicer one here. That long rod. We're going underneath the net. It's in the back. This is what we're looking for out here on the lake, you guys. Check that out. Beautiful fish. Get all that slime off them. Right there. Super nice fish. Really nice class. So that is what you're looking for. You get these you get these reaction bites and you can get into some really nice fish. I'll show you guys one more time. We're not keeping any today. I am fortunate enough to be out here enough that if I don't plan on eating them in the next couple days, I don't keep them. I think our resource that we have here is way too good. Obviously, I know a lot of people rely on these fish to eat. A lot of people give them away to family, or, you know, if someone can't get out and catch them themselves. But I enjoy this resource too much. It's too fun. You let them go, come back out here and get them again. I guess for the next couple of weeks, especially too, around with all the mayflies and the bugs hatching. We haven't caught any tonight. We've been seeing a lot of baby lamprey on these fish, which explains why the night crawler fishing's been so good. Using those, just pulling crawler harnesses, or even a jigging a crawler. finally do this. I mean, this is our first like real on the water video. That's another reason why it's shorter. Wanted to make sure that our technology was doing good. Figure out how I want to set everything up. I'm sure it's going to be an ever-changing process. I already had one of my GoPro batteries die because I'm just not a professional. Fun though. And let us know down below in the comments, you guys, if you want to see anything specific, any certain techniques out here on the lake or the river or anything that we're doing, just let us know. We get a lot of questions in the store, so it's hard to keep up with everything. But that's the whole reason that we want to use this channel. We want to keep it informational. I don't really have any interest in coming out here and seeing how many fish I can catch, or, you know, I'm sure we'll do a couple of those videos. You know, how many fish can we catch in an hour or whatever the deal is. But for right now, it's informational. We want to talk about techniques. We want to talk about how to apply those techniques, because if you're going to come and spend the money to do it, you might as well know how to do it. And as much as I'd love to jump on everybody's boat or take everybody out for a guide trip, it's just not realistic. Especially right now, since I'm not even guiding. Just with the store and the baby, it's just been way too much to do it all. So this was kind of my way to say, if you can't hire me for a trip, let's just go fish. There's one. Oh, he got me when I wasn't paying attention. Feels like another little guy. It is. Oh! It is another pipsqueak. The smallest one of the day. Let's see. How big's he look? Just another little guy. Nice color on him though. Well, guys, I think that about does it for us today. I hope you guys enjoyed something. Again, this is the Mags 7'2" medium fast. We've got a Shimano Vanford 2500 with 10-pound Cortland master braid. It's the high vis yellow. We've got it on a 10-pound Seaguar VizX leader. It's the yellow package. The red package works just fine. And we've got a number 7 Jiggin wrap. So this is the Jiggin wrap from Apollo. This is the number 7 black and gold. Also the 9s work as well. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to our first ever on the water. Please let us know below what you think. I think it was a pretty interesting idea to come out here on a Sunday, the Sunday after Jobby Nooner on Lake St Clair. But it just goes to show you that after all that pressure, guys, you can still catch fish. There's still plenty of walleyes to be caught. What we caught was a small fraction of what we saw here on the screen, and what we're still seeing on the screen. So if you guys enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe as always. And hopefully we'll see you, whether we're on the podcast, on the water, or in the Shop for Shop Talk. We'll see you next time, guys. Appreciate it.